Hey guys, so I'm making a video today. Cannot do any editing on this laptop, but I told you I was going to make a video about the things I've learned while I was sick. And if you don't know, I was diagnosed with COVID. I am now recovered and feeling really good, but man, were those some dark days, dark days. So in this video, I just want to talk about some things. So here we go. So believe it or not, that has been my lowest place. I've gone through losing babies and, things like that. And those were very, very dark times also. But having COVID and really having a couple of days throughout that journey where I didn't know if I was going to live or not was the most scary feeling ever. Normally, when you're sick and you can't breathe, you go to the hospital and they take care of you and whatnot. Well, during this time, there was no way that I even wanted to go near a hospital if I didn't have to. And there were 2 nights that I had keys in my hand in my little isolation room, crying, trying to decide what to do. I had a dry cough that was so bad I could barely take a breath in between coughs. It was just nonstop, and I was getting lightheaded, and I knew my O2 sat was dropping. But I was so afraid, guys, that if I went into that hospital, I wasn't coming out. So I pushed through. Jess went and got me a humidifier. I had cough drops nonstop, putting them in my mouth. I had cough medicine that wasn't working. I was on an antibiotic, an inhaler. Um, I was sitting in the bathtub while the steam was going. I mean, like, I did so many things and I just could not catch a breath sometimes. That was super scary. So I was talking to my mother-in-law, and she said that when she had shattered both of her feet, she fell into a swimming pool that had no water in it, and she shattered her feet. And while she was in the hospital, a volunteer just happened to be cruising through and brought her this. This is the Archangel Raphael medallion, and he is supposed to be the protector of healing and light and strength. So she sent this to me, and I mean, it was so bizarre. Like, the next day after getting this, and I mean, I held this in my hands and I prayed, and I was praying all along, for me to be able to live through this. The following day after getting this, I noticed a big change in the way I was feeling. Now, so many people could say it was coincidental. It was, whenever she sent it, you were probably getting over it. But I have to tell you, I'm like the most scientific person. I need proof with things. That's just my nature. But I believe this. I believe this. I have to tell you, I felt presence here with me. I did. I felt, my sickness slowly leaving, if that makes sense. I can't explain it, but I truly believe. I've always been very spiritual, never very religious, but I believe it. I do. I prayed to God. I prayed to, angels and warriors, and just I did. I prayed. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. Um, and you guys, I mean, thank you will never be enough. It will never be enough. You guys pulled me through this also. I know you did. There was a prayer chain like none other. Hundreds of you guys messaged me. I'm praying for you. I mean, guys, I am just so grateful. So I've learned a lot. I will tell you that I am not the same person. I feel a connection to a higher power, and I am going to make that a priority in my life. I'm going to. I am going to, now I was not a very judgmental person, never was, but we're human, and on occasion, there might be something I see or hear that I would judge, and I'm going to try very hard not to be that person anymore. Um, very much into, what's the word I want to use? Very much into trying to understand that everybody has a right to an opinion, everybody has a right to a belief, and I'm not going to judge that. I'm not going to get upset when someone says something that's hurtful. Well, I'm going to try not to, because I have an understanding now that we are all one, right? We are all connected, and we are all, somebody put something up, it said we are all in the same, or we're not in the same, or we're in the same boat throughout this quarantine COVID situation, but maybe our boats don't look the same. But I really believe that we are all kind of going through the same thing right now, but everybody's degree of what they're going through is different. And if we can help somebody else and not be judgmental, like, oh my gosh, guys, my neighbor came across the street with a big tray of chicken parmesan. My other neighbor dropped off some stuff. I got care packages from family, my sister-in-law. I got cards in the mail from so many of you guys, and just people that I would never thought would ever send a card. I got phone calls and messages, and there were some nights where it was really scary and I was crying and I was all alone in here, and I really didn't want to let my husband and my daughter know how scared I really was. I mean, I was isolated in a room with the door shut and crying, and the messages from some of you. I mean, there was a friend of mine who, so kind. I was absolutely terrified one night, and I was like, I couldn't breathe. And I was just looking for some comfort, for just distraction, to talk to somebody. And it was like, I think like 2 or 3 in the morning. And they were talking away and never once said, hey, I gotta go, it's super late. Like, I just, I'm so grateful. And I've learned that, people are in your life for a reason, and that we should be grateful for that. And I am. I I just can't thank you guys all enough. I've learned so much. I'm rambling now because I know I can't edit, and I'm trying to think, it's very, you really become looking at yourself when you are in a situation like this, where you're just so grateful for everything, and you kind of realize that monetary things, they don't matter. Um, Going to TJ Maxx every week, that's great and fun, but like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when your roots are coming in. It doesn't matter when your nails are off. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I can breathe, and that I'm alive, and that I am so grateful. I know that I have a purpose, and I am still seeking that. I know that I was, sorry guys. I know that I was saved for a reason. There has to be a reason. There have been people in my town that have passed away from this COVID. There have been people all over the country. Why some and not others? Younger than me, older than me. Nurses that work in facilities that I frequent, and patients and friends, and like, I'm still here, right? I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. There has to be a reason that I was spared, and I will make every last day that I have as best as I can. I am going to figure out why I am here. Like, I will always advocate for my patients. I will always advocate for my family, my friends. I will do good. I will do more volunteering. There's so many things I want to do, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to be the best person that I can be, loving, kind, supportive. I mean, I kind of always thought I was those things, but in those dark hours, you really reflect on what kind of person you really are. And I am going to make the biggest effort to rise above what I thought I was, because I know I have more. Anyway, now I'm a bubbling mess, right? I put a little makeup on today and now I'm crying. But it's okay. Big deal. Anyway, I plan on donating some plasma when I can do that, because I definitely want to help other people. And I will always be here if any of you have any questions, about this COVID, what I went through, what I know about it, because you know me, I have been researching this thing like, my gosh, as much information as I could find. Everything is still kind of unclear. I mean, they've definitely found, some things and are learning every day. I still don't have taste or smell back. I hope it comes back, because everything I'm reading says it should be back by now. Some people never recover from this, as far as that goes. I hope I'm not one of them, but if I am, I'm still alive and I'll deal with it. Um, so anyway, I guess that's going to be my update. Really, guys, from the bottom of my heart, I will be eternally grateful for the prayers that you guys have set forth for me to get well. I truly, truly believe that that's what pulled me through. I believe in this angel Raphael. I believe in God. I believe in prayer. And, I don't want to sound like a holy roller, but honestly, that is what pulled me through. It did. So I will be forever grateful. All right. Thanks, you guys. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.